Directed energy weapons. Are they real? Let's take a look at an incident in China in 2015. In August 2015, two massive explosions in the port of Tianjin, North China, killed hundreds of people and left thousands injured. Be sure to pay close attention to the burned vehicles in China and all the other burned vehicles I'm going to show you. Officials still insist it is not clear what triggered the blast and that they're still investigating it. Napa, 2017. Notice the burned vehicles are just like the ones in China. New York, 2001 Twin Tower event. Notice the burnt vehicles in New York. They look exactly like the burnt vehicles in China and Napa. Not only are these vehicles burnt to a crisp, but just like Napa and China, these vehicles were parked very, very far away from the actual explosion itself. A documented military test of directed energy weapons. Notice the beam coming out of the sky. Since the 1960s, few weapons have held as much promise as the directed energy weapons, or DEWs. In 2017, the directed energy weapons market was valued at $1.67 billion. By 2025, that market will grow to $4 billion.
They're just a whirlwind, fire. But very strange indeed. Skip and jump.
It was a wildfire, so it's spreading through the vegetation. Okay. Now, the vegetation here still got its leaves on, and all the thin branches, which should have been the first ones to burn, are still there. And yet, the heat was so intense, it was able to completely destroy these vehicles. Look at them. All the glass is melted out, the metal's buckled and deformed. All the paint's burnt off. So it's an intense heat, and yet the heat was supposed to have reached the cars from the vegetation, the trees, and the trees are intact. Tell me what burns, what needs a hotter temperature to burn, metal and glass or wood? Obviously the wood would have gone first, right? This is exactly the same as Gatlinburg. Look at what it's done to the road. Okay, this is directed energy, microwave beam weapon from above. This is the same way that they brought down the Twin Towers sector.
This is a dining, or not a dining room, this is an outdoor table, and it's all rusty. And look at this truck. This truck has no windows. I mean, that's another thing. Where's the glass? Where are the materials of these houses? There's absolutely nothing here. There's nothing here, and the trees are still, the trees trunks are still here. But these things are there's no frame. There's no frame to these. There's no rubble. I mean, there's a little bit, but look at this. This just doesn't make any sense. Where's the glass? Where is the glass for this thing? Do you know what temperature glass melts at? Glass melts at 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now look at this. Tell me where this fire entered. Where did this fire come from? It's green around here. Maybe it came from here, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It's all white. Where's the glass for these cars? None of these cars have any glass. And look at the wheels. See the bottom of the wheels here? I'm going to show you in a minute. When these tires melt, when cars catch on fire and the tires melt, they have these like copper wires sticking out from, or like steel belted radials, I guess is what they are. But look at this. This entire house is just gone. Here's some debris. But I mean, what is all this rust? Everything is rusted. The only thing that's standing are these stupid steel doors. But everything's gone. There's no glass.
So this is from a YouTube channel, Theobald Jamson's site. Couldn't get the audio to work, but basically he's showing the Gatlinburg fires as compared to the 9/11 Judy Wood's dustification directed energy weapons evidence that she uses in her book. And he shows again how these cars were absolutely torched, just like we saw in the Gatlinburg, he's showing the Gatlinburg fire right here. And here you see the cars that were absolutely torched as well, just like 9/11, just like the Alberta Beast fires, just like China, just like the Madeira, Portugal fires, and just like the Santa Rosa fires. Here you see the homes again, torched down to the ground, nothing left, but the trees are still intact. The leaves are still on the trees. I mean, how can this be? So this is happening over and over around the world now. It's weather war terrorism, directed energy weapons. They can use phased arrays to use scalar waves to direct it anywhere they want, anytime they want. It's a new type of weapon that we all have to wake up to. This is weather war terrorism on Earth, on humanity. And now we're seeing here in Northern California, Agenda 21, disaster capitalist, former FEMA director James Lee Wood has taken over, and they're telling people they cannot rebuild on their homes unless they agree to their terms. Now here he's pointing out in this book how the cars were destroyed so far, blocks and blocks away from the World Trade Center. I mean, here's the World Trade Center, and here on the East River, look at all these cars that were torched. These all in orange are where cars were torched, absolutely torched. And here they are just in a park on the other side. Now, how can this be if a jet planes ran into the buildings and brought them down like no other time in history? It can't be. The only reason this can be done is through directed energy weapons. Here we see the same thing on 9/11. The cars were torched. The cars were absolutely torched. So their evidence is here for us to see. It's happening all around the world, and we need to speak out and get educated about it. And also another thing he's pointing out here in this video, which I'll include in the show notes, is how in some of these cars the engine blocks were totally melted. The engine blocks. Think about how much heat that takes. But it was quick. The fires in Northern California, these homes were torched within an hour. Selected. The most selective fire in history. So let's get into the Northern California fires, and this is a good piece done by In Truth by Grace about what she saw from the Northern California fires.
Completely. This is a vineyard with probably millions of dollars. This is from the Leak Project. I won't play it because I don't like copyright strikes, but that's his video anyway. But you got it from Yahoo. This is millions of dollars of vineyard, apparently. But how come that one was spared? Like, wow, that's direct. That's precise stuff. If it was a fire, it would have burnt half into theirs, or stuff like that. Anyway, guys, you can see here a lot of people are questioning what happened with this fire in not only there, Santa Rosa, California, and there's other places now. It's doing the same thing. I thought this was interesting.
There's nothing left. There's not even a toilet bowl or a bathtub or a kitchen sink. The rest of the stuff is all gone. This is impossible. This is just not normal. What on earth has happened here, people? Look at this glow. This is not a normal glow. This is not a normal glow. This is electromagnetic frequencies in this air. This is not a flame. This is not from a flame. See this halo here on the screen over here to the right? This is not there's something in the energy level in this atmosphere that is just completely messed up. You guys, where are the steel beams that held this house together? Where are the appliances? How come the plastic things are still in place?